We walked a lot, and Dad would be pointing out things, going, look kids, wow, you know, listen to that and look at that. So I learned how to read the country from an early age. So yeah, my early life has definitely influenced what I do, which is writing about the natural world and the way people encounter it and experience it.
So farewell, darling, I'm going away. Your parents don't like me, they say I'm too poor. Say don't want me hanging.
My father was, I don't know, maybe third generation Australian, but he was quite unique for his time in the fact that he loved Australian plants and landscapes. And every school holidays we went out bush. Camping for us was pretty rough affair, so we often didn't even have tents. And so I grew up in this very visceral way of experiencing lots of different landscapes. I had my mum, who is from Liverpool in England and loved books, art, culture, theatre, music. So I was given that kind of language way of appreciating things as well from an early age. And I sort of thought, well, what better thing could you do, you know, than try to be part of that and try to offer something to other people and be part of that world that is making meaning, that is writing poems and making books and interpreting the world. At the core of it, I think, is biodiversity, the incredible wonder of how ecosystems have evolved. I just love going walking in the bush or even in remnant patches in the city and just seeing what's going on there, because it's something other than us. And yeah, it's quite wonderful and miraculous, really. Often people who think they're not poets will come along and say, oh, I want to write memoir, or I want to write prose or whatever, and suddenly they come out with a poem, you know, or the opposite. People will think they're poets and suddenly they're writing this amazing little story, or, you know, thinking about a film script or a song. So yeah, I just like to keep it open, because we don't know what's inside us, and a lot of people are put off poetry from their experiences with it, but once you get into the nitty-gritty and you're tapping into deep inside your unconscious, we're all surprised at what comes out. So I try not to be prescriptive and say, today we're writing poems, you know, today we're writing, and whatever comes out, just go with it. When we're doing workshops, say once a week, or just a one-off, you're sort of limited in how deep you can go. And even if you're coming back the following week, so much is going on in between times. Whereas at Diggers Rest, we're going to be there working every day, and I think it's going to be an amazing opportunity to really go deep, and not just into the landscape, but into ourselves. In my experience, it's not so much ideas that are lacking. Most people have got thousands of ideas. It's just the frustration of the time that you need to make something out of them and put them down on paper. You know, look at all the books in a bookshop, and each of those is a unique voice, and your voice is unique as well. what you've got to say is unique, it's interesting. Your way of looking at the world is completely different to anybody else's. One of the things I love about teaching creative writing is the wonderful ideas and words that people come up with that they don't know they have. And you know, we're always surprised in workshops, and people are surprised themselves at what they come up with. And in the Kimberley, I'm really looking forward to that, to the deep immersion in the landscape and the deep connection that we're going to be able to make because of the time that we're spending there. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what people come up with in their writing. I'm sure it's going to be inspiring, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Magical things happen in the Kimberley, like meeting Paul Kelly on the Derby Jetty. The Kimberley's a wonderful place, and I feel always drawn back there. Hopefully I'll always be able to go back there as well.
She ought to seen some fighting in the dirt. Family's seen some troubles which they have overcome. Now you can't put a price on what it's worth. So take me home to where your father used to sleep, taking notes of all the places that we've seen.